It ain't over till it's over. I'm Rob Colias, he's Jordan Helly, and this is the Maui News Sports Report. A history-making win on the court and another on the gridiron on Friday night, and a good old-fashioned 3 yards in a cloud of dust battle between two champions on Saturday. Let's start this week, Jordan, with the now champion King Kekalike girls volleyball team. Down 2 sets, no problem.
Yeah, throughout the year, King Kekalike has really shown that they have that championship pedigree, winning their first MIL crown since really the school's inception, back when they won it, back in the late 90s. Rallying from 2 sets down, as you mentioned, Triana Freitas was magnificent in leading Na'ali'i back from that 0-2 hole. 24 kills, 30 digs. She did it in the front row, she did it in the back row. Has to be the front runner for MIL Player of the Year, and she was terrific once again. Kamehameha Maui had beaten King Kekalike at the end of the regular season, gave them a lot of confidence coming into this one. Really played very well in those first 2 sets. Sophomore sensation Salaida Mooney was leading the way for them, went out with a nosebleed midway through the match, and King Kekalike took full advantage of a little bit of a depleted Kamehameha lineup for a portion of that game, stepped on the pedal, and then rode that momentum all the way through the 5th set victory. And because of that, they'll be able to play part of the Neighbor Island Regional, a little bit of a different format this year for the state tournament. There'll be an Oahu Regional and a Neighbor Island Regional, which will alternate every other year between Maui and the Big Island. Maui gets to host it this year. It'll be up at Kamehameha Maui, and King Kekalike will play a 7 p.m. quarterfinal this Saturday, November 1st, at the Kamehameha Maui gym, and I think that will be a huge crowd with the home crowd behind Na'ali'i. And then in Division II, Seabury Hall sweeps an unbeaten run through the MIL Division II slate, sweeps Hana over on Molokai in Division II tournament. They'll be joined by the Dragons in the D2 state tournament the weekend of November 7th.
Yeah, I love that format, by the way. And at War Memorial Stadium on Friday night, the Kamehameha Maui Baldwin football game looked like a ho-hum season ender for both teams coming in, but it turned out to be the most exciting game of the season. A 28-yard field goal by Zachary Romero as time expired gives the Warriors a 17-14 win, their first win ever over Baldwin, snapping an 11-year 0-18-2 run. Skid in the series. Quarterback Chase Newton wraps up his second straight MIL passing crown with perhaps the best performance of his career, 21 for 29 with a TD pass, with a scoring run, nearly 3,000 yards in the air over the last 2 seasons for Newton, and the receiving duo of Keone Keanini and Joshua Hiwatashi leave as the top 2 single-season pass catchers in league history. Hiwatashi, 71 catches, Keanini with 57, and a couple of those for Keanini on Friday night were just spectacular first down grabs, including a 31-yarder in coverage on 3rd and 29. Jordan, you're their coach as Kamehameha Maui's offensive coordinator. I have to ask you, how much are you going to miss these guys as they clearly will take their talents to the next level?
A ton. Those guys grew up together, went to school together for a number of years, have been playing football together the last 4 years. The last 2 years, been able to, the privilege of coaching them. But the chemistry that they developed was just amazing, and that's something you just cannot coach. And the way they were able to kind of find their way throughout the season together obviously put up some pretty impressive numbers, and we're going to miss that chemistry without a doubt.
And Saturday night was reserved for the MIL champions, a clash between Lahainaluna and Maui High. Both defenses looked spectacular, but the offenses, to me, appear to need some work as the Sabres probably have 2 weeks and the Lunas 3 weeks to prepare for the state tournament.
Yeah, perfect opportunity for those offenses to polish things up a little bit. We've seen at times both of those offenses be explosive, particularly on the ground. Maui High was without the services of their top running back, Onosai Emalio. He was out just resting a little bit of a bruise there. They'll be back for the state tournament. Lahainaluna was getting back into the swing of things. They've kind of got their full complement of linemen nicked up a little bit. But both of those teams' defenses were unbelievable, and I think a lot of the reason why the offensive maybe in turn didn't look quite like themselves. Lahainaluna accounting for a defensive score. Ryan Del Torre recovers a fumble in the end zone. Maui High came up with a 4th and goal stand. These defenses showing that they're primed to perform in the state playoffs coming in a couple of weeks. As you mentioned, Maui High on November 7th, Lahainaluna more than likely a week following that with a bye into the semifinal round. But these defenses are good enough to carry these teams at times in the respective state tournament. But yeah, I think you mentioned it. The offenses, and I think you asked both coaching staffs, and they'll be truthful to a man, saying, hey, we just got to clean it up a little bit and find that offensive rhythm. This couple of week break, 3-week break for Lahaina will provide a perfect opportunity to get that rhythm, that cohesion, that chemistry back for both of these offensive squads. And speaking of the playoffs, 8-man football getting away with their inaugural postseason tournament.
Love the format. We're down to the Final Four. Hana will play at Molokai on Saturday, and Lanai will take on undefeated forever in this league, Seabury Hall, the two-time defending champions, on Thursday night at War Memorial Stadium. That should be fun, and you know, you got to anticipate Molokai and Seabury, you know, as the favorites maybe to make that final. But man, it's been that the 8-man game has just been a lot of fun, and semifinals, and then of the league championship game a week from Thursday, and cross country wraps up this week in the MIL.
Yeah, similar storyline. Seabury Hall continues to dominate in running, track in the spring, cross country in the fall. The girls add a 9th straight MIL title, team title for the Seabury Hall Spartans. Maui Prep Sophia Johnston wins the individual title. Nice little trophy there for the West Maui School. Maui High School sweeps the top 4 spots in the boys competition. Ryan Sang leads the way as the individual champion for the Maui High Sabres, and the postseason play continues this weekend. As you mentioned, the 8-man semifinals this Thursday, and then again that 6-team regional here at Kamehameha Maui is going to be a lot of fun. 2 games Friday night, 3 games Saturday. We'll have the OIA runner-up here. We'll have probably the ILH runner-up in Punahou, who's probably a top 50 team in all of the country, and then of course Na'ali'i of Kinke Kaulike. They'll be playing that 7 p.m. quarterfinal Saturday night at Kamehameha School's Maui Gym this coming Saturday, November 1st. So I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in that matchup.
Going to be rocking for sure. That's our report for this week. And send us your bobbleheads.